Frontier is a Canadian historical period drama that airs on the Discovery Channel in Canada and is available internationally on Netflix. The show first premiered on November 6, 2016. It has been co-created by Brad Payton, famous for San Andreas and Rampage, along with Robin Peter Blackie. This action and adventure show, that has elements of a western, chronicles the North American fur trade of the 1700s. It follows Declan Harp, played by Jason Momoa, a part Irish, part Native American outlaw who is campaigning to breach the Hudson's Bay Company's monopoly on the fur trade in Canada.
To see him in the forefront, participating in all the action, then you will love this series. The sets are designed meticulously to give the show an authentic feel. Naturally, it is well liked by audiences. However, critics have been a little close-fisted in their reviews, saying, Jason Momoa's powerhouse performance as Declan Harp is ultimately weighed down by Frontier's often sluggish storytelling.
Frontier has had a sprawling cast over the seasons, to show how vast the fur trade really is, and how many powers are at play in this network. We have seen several characters appear and leave as the story has progressed. In Season 3, we see Jason Momoa, who now plays Aquaman in Two, return as Declan Harp. He is joined by Landon LeBoyern, who plays Michael Smith, and Zoe Boyle as Grace Imberly. Other actors who are back for the third season include Jessica Matten as Sokanen, Evan Jonah Cute as Captain Chesterfield, Sean Doyle as Samuel Grant, Zan Cloranen as Somerset, Lala Porter follows as Clina Dolan, Diana Bentley as Imogen, Greg Brick as Cobbs Bond, Brianne Hill as Mary, Paul Foto as Jean Mark Rivard, and William Below as Demanche. Frontier revolves around the activities of Hudson's Bay Company. Having monopolized the fur trade in Canada, this company engages in illegal activities to enrich themselves. However, making there is a consequence to this unethical business practice, as it draws the ire of the half-Irish and half-Cree native Canadian outlaw Declan Harp, who begins a vociferous campaign to breach the big company's stronghold. In a way, there are some similarities to Tom Hardy's Taboo if one considers how one man of mixed heritage stands up to big power. The show is nothing if not sprawling, and gives us a clear picture of the many interested parties and the power struggle that was involved in the fur trade at that time. However, in some parts, it feels as though the show parades the guts, violence, and whorehouses, just to seem cool. The same cannot be said for Momoa's performance as Declan, of course, which is the embodiment of coolness, and literally grabs your attention. There is a post-colonial angle to be considered here, as Declan's mixed heritage shows how the Canadian wilderness itself is fractured, and how the future of the Indigenous people in the region might be in danger. Although physically imposing, Declan still conducts himself with a degree of quiet grace, proving he does not belong completely to any of the groups that are fighting for some amount of control. Placing Declan and the Hudson's Bay Company against each other, the show makes a clear ideological distinction. The former desires revenge and perhaps even revolution against the latter's oppressive practices that led to the murder of Declan's wife and son. If you have seen Braveheart, you might find some aspects of the show familiar, but the way the story slowly and meticulously unfurls, introducing changing dynamics in each character, makes it a thoroughly enjoyable watch. Variety has summed up the show well, saying, "The story of Frontier is one of how history gets written, on the canvas of frigid wilderness, in the traces of different theories of civilization. These clashes between deerskin tunics, tartan sashes, and tailored suits mark the beginnings of globalization in the region, where brandy and beaver pelts stand in for currency and status. It is a little too slow to be gripping, but as far as variations on the prestige drama model go, it's utilizing those tropes in all the right ways. Frontier privileges complication and nuance over titillation.